What's up, guys? It's SRC bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. This time it's a game on Piazza, which is one of the new maps. Just came out in the map pack here on January 24th, and it's the first gameplay I'm posting on this. I just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about kind of my impressions, what I think about this map, and how it plays out, kind of what my strategies are. One thing that I noticed before I had an opportunity to play this, because I was a little bit late in getting it, probably about a week behind the game here, and all of the YouTube commentators that I watched talked about what a fast-paced map this is, that with all the elevations that it's just crazy, and that you might want to run overkill and have two SMGs, and that it's just super fast. And I actually don't find that to be the case. Now, this gameplay is going to be slower than normal, just because I think we end up dominating these guys pretty quickly, and a couple guys end up leaving out of the game. So it's not a full 6v6 the entire game, and you'll see a host migration here in a little bit. But it's a pretty, standard map in my opinion. I think that it is a little bit smaller. The flags are a little closer together, so usually anytime you spawn, or regardless of where you are, you're not too far away from a flag, which is one thing that I think helps promote people playing the objective. And so you'll see that the way this game plays out is it's almost always a battle for different positions on the map. Especially in domination, a lot of times people are pushing for that extra flag. And I think my ideal situation on this map would be to have the A and the B flag, and then to let the other team have C. I just think that when you're defending B, you have a better advantage if you're looking down to the C side of the B flag, just like we have it set up right now, because you're in a pretty high elevation. There's a couple different places to defend it quite easily, and so I think that's the best setup. So I think B is kind of the key to this. If you can hold A and B, you're going to be in really good shape on this. But because of the fact that everyone is so close to a flag, and they're playing the objective a little bit more, in my opinion, I think that it almost lends itself more to a defensive style. If you have the two flags, there's really no point in rushing to the other team, because they're always going to be coming to you, always. If you have A and B like we have right now, everyone that spawns at C is going to be either almost always on A or B in pretty quick fashion. There's really nowhere else for them to go on this map. No other places that gunfighting is going to be taking place other than the flag. So I think that this map actually lends itself a little bit more to playing the objective, defending the flag positions, holding the map position around the flags. And you can see here I'm pushing through C. I just kind of got a little bit bored sitting up there. Just kind of wanted to feel out where they were going to be. And also wanted to show you a little bit more vantage. You can see my friends up there defending B from up top. Where I am right now is another place that people like to sit. And then this stairway is pretty key to holding this position. And then this comes back up here to A. But another thing with this map, there's so many places to camp or hide. There's a lot of head glitches, half walls, different cars to hide behind, different barriers, and that it really doesn't lend itself to a fast-paced game. Because if you were to come and try and take this A flag, there are so many ways you can get in here. There's right on my right, there's right over here, and there's a half wall right there that's broken that people will climb up on, and they'll look into A. Then you could possibly come down this street and come through. You can come through the backside building, and there's another entrance kind of near that backside building from the lower street. So there's so many ways into this position, and because of that, there's so many places that you can defend it. And so I'm always changing up my positioning. Sometimes I'm coming back here in the middle, sometimes I'm going up here on the stairs, and sometimes I'm going back in the building. And so there's so many ways to defend it that you'll see people hiding in all these different places. And so anytime you're going to come into A, it's not just running in and jumping on the flag. There's so many places that you need to look to make sure that there's not people defending the flag. And so in my opinion, I guess that really makes this map play a little bit slower than some others. And it's really just this battle for a flag. It's not always B, it's not always A, sometimes it's C. It just depends on how the game plays out. But there's always just this constant battle for flag positioning. And that's what makes up this domination game. So it's not like in Arkaden where, you can have gunfighting going up by the escalators, or you can have it going down by the fountain near the B dom. With this map, it's pretty straightforward. It's just A, B, C. That's about it. And I don't think it really does that, well, from a rusher standpoint, I guess. you'll see people hiding in trees, up against the wall, laying down in bushes, hiding behind half walls. So it's really, I would think, a frustrating map to play if you were a rusher. And so, all of that said, I do think it is a good map to play. I have a pretty good time on this map. I think it's pretty fun. This game here, not so much, just because we weren't playing a full party the entire time. But like I said, typically if things are going well like this, I just kind of hang back and hold the A flag, because 9 out of 10 times, if my friend that I'm in a party with isn't here and I leave the flag, the next thing I hear is that we're going to be losing A. And so instead of playing that game of round robin where you go cap C, then they're taking A from you, so then you have to go back to A and then you lose C. There's a lot of games that play out that way, where it's just this round robin of flag captures. I like to just, sometimes sit back and hold the flag positioning that we have, hold the map positioning that we've got, and just roll with it that way. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about this new map, Piazza. I think, like I said, it's a good map. It's fun to play. But like I said, I don't think it's a super fast map. And here's one other thing I wanted to point out, too. This is one spot that you'll see people in all the time. There's a little half wall on the right here, and that's really one of the main stairways up from C. And so you'll see people laying there all the time. So just when you come up from C down, make sure you check that over that little half wall. Just to make sure there's nobody laying there, because that's a really common spot for people to be. And there's so many more. I could probably spend an entire video doing nothing but just showing you places I've seen people hiding on this map. There's so many places. And so don't be fooled. Just because it is a smaller map, it doesn't play like like a shipment where there's nowhere to hide and everyone's just running around. And you'll see here's the vantage point where you can hold B really well just from that top cover point. And so one of the reasons I picked this gameplay, I know it's not the fastest paced game because we're not playing the full party the entire game, but I want to talk about the Type 95 again. This is a gun I've been playing with a lot this last Prestige here. It's you can see I've got the gold camo on it, so I played it a fair amount. But my typical combination that I run on this is the attachments proficiency with rapid fire and a silencer. And that does work pretty well. In this game, I'd switch back to, I think, just rapid fire, actually. I may have had rapid fire and extended mags. I'm honestly not really sure. But I did take the silencer off of it in this game. And you can see it really doesn't hurt me at all. I think that it depends on the way the game plays out and what your goals are for the game. But, typically if I'm playing domination, trying to win the game, I'd rather have the extra power, the extra range of not having the silencer. And if I'm trying to get big kill streaks and play that way, or playing more of like a kill confirmed team deathmatch type game, then I think the silencer is more important. But with domination, they generally know where you are, they know where you're going, and if you're pushing into an area, it's not as important. But I definitely probably played most of this with a silencer and rapid fire, and I think rapid fire is almost a must in some form or another. So let me know what you guys think about the Type 95. I definitely do like it. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's on par with most assault rifles. But just let me know what you guys think about that. And again, don't forget to let me know what you think about the new maps. And if you agree with my opinion that this map is not as fast-paced as most people say that it is. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the game.
You had a gold Type 95. You're